Students, welcome to the second session of Science of Class 8th of Chapter Force and Pressure. Students, today we will continue with the topic Effects of Force. In the last session, we have studied about the effect of force, that is change in the state of motion, and we also studied that a change in either speed of an object or its direction of motion or both is described as a change in its state of motion. It means whenever we apply force on a moving object, then its speed can be changed or its direction of motion can be changed. Today we will study about the effect of force, that is change in size or shape of an object. Force can bring change in shape and size of an object. For example, whenever we make chapati with dough, first we take same dough and then roll it between the palms to make it spherical. We can also change the shape of inflated balloon by gently pressing it. This is another example. You must have seen potter making toys and pots with clay. Potter, on applying force on clay, can give it shape can give it different shapes and make beautiful pots and clay by applying force on the clay. And other example is cutting vegetables. Whenever we cut vegetable, their size get shortened and their shapes that also get shortened. And there are few other situations. Whenever we squeeze any tube, it may be of any ointment or your toothpaste, then its shape become changed. So students, conclusion of effects of force is that force can make an object move from rest. Force can change the speed of a moving object. Force can change the direction of moving object. Force can bring a change in the size or shape of an object, and it may cause all or two or more of these effects. It means force can move an object at the same time and it can also change speed of moving object at the same time, and it can also change direction of moving object at the same time. For this, few activities are given in your book. Look at the activity. In the activity, situations are given. A batsman hits a cricket ball for a 6. So you can identify different effects of force. Whenever batsman hit a cricket ball for a 6, then what happens? There is a increase in the speed of moving object, as well as there is a change in direction of moving object. It means at least two changes or effects are seen when a batsman hits a cricket ball for a 6. And second situation is a goalkeeper saves a goal by kicking the ball away. Wherever goalkeeper saves a goal, then what he does? He changes the direction of moving football, and he also change the speed of moving ball, and sometimes he can stop the moving ball. It means he can bring the moving object into stationary position. So these are the situations given in which many effects can be seen at the same time on applying force. Now, factors associated with the magnitude of force needed. What is magnitude? Magnitude means amount. Means what are the factors that can affect the amount of force that is required to bring an object into motion. That is mass of an object and value of the change in its speed in a given time. Means what is the mass of object and the speed with which an object is moving. For example, a lighter mass car and a heavier mass loaded truck parked on a horizontal road. We all know from our experience that a much greater push is needed to move the truck than the car. You know it, whenever we have to move a car in comparison with truck, then we have to apply less force on the car than truck. Now suppose we apply the same force for the same time to both the car and the truck. Then what will happen? The car will pick up a greater speed than the truck in that time. You can do activity with your toy cars of different mass in your house also. Or you can do this same activity with your balls of different mass in your house. So we realize that the mass of object and the value of change in its speed in a given time are both important parameters that determine the magnitude of force needed. It means the amount of force depends on the mass of object and the speed of moving object in a given time. So whenever we have to move an object, so it will depend on its mass as well as the speed with which it is moving. So force, it needs both magnitude and direction. Magnitude, you know that amount means how much force we have to apply and in which direction we have to apply the force. Now we understand that we need both magnitude of force and direction in which it acts. To completely specify it, when we change either the direction or the magnitude or both of the applied force, its effect changes. Means whenever we have to change the speed of moving object, then force will be changed. To move an object at more speed, we have to apply more force. And of course direction, if we have to move an object in the same direction in which it is moving, then we have to apply less force. And when we have to decrease its force, then we have to apply the force from its opposite direction. So force needs both magnitude and direction for its description. Now you have to write answers of the following questions in your rough notebook. Question number 1, state effects of force. Question number 2, mention the factors on which magnitude of force depends. Question number 3, write few situations where force can change shape and size of an object. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.